Alright, so tonight we didn't get to make it to the rodeo. My partner, he ended up having to work all day, and we just didn't have time to make it down there to make the sign in basically. So tonight basically I just hung out with the wife and we just went to town and just basically just walked around a bunch of stores. And then later on tonight we went to meet up with my parents, my grandparents, and my aunt and uncle, and we all took the kids to go see some fireworks. Um, so we did reschedule. We haven't came up with a date yet of when we're going to go and ride again, but it will be coming soon. Don't worry, you won't be disappointed. It'll probably be hilarious. There'll be a lot of rodeo footage of not just me riding, not just him riding, but a lot of people. There should be bull riders, should be the mutton busting, should be, they do like a halftime thing where everybody gets out there and dances, and I'm just going to get footage of everything that's going on there. So stay tuned. It will come eventually, one of these days, when we don't work like 60-hour weeks. So for tonight, what I'm going to do is just go through and show off my tattoos basically. They're in pretty much all my videos because all I wear is t-shirts and cutoffs, and even in the wintertime that's basically what I wear because I just get too hot. So we're just going to go through, look at them, and then I'll tell you who does mine, and you should really go check him out because he's an awesome artist. So start out we'll start out with the arm that has the least amount of tattoos on them, and we'll start up here at my shoulder. So this one here, it's just a 4x4 with skull and crossbones. Um, I love trucks, 4-wheel drives, lifted trucks, diesels, whatever. If it's 4x4, I pretty much like it. So that's where 4x4 comes from. And then down in here starts like a little rodeo theme. Got the PBR label. A guy on a bucking horse with his hat falling off, and some barbed wire. Also, on the back of my arm is an old nickname I have, Hoss. So moving to the inside of my arm, I have a little smiley face. It was, I forget how we came up with the idea of it, but I ended up getting a smiley face, and if you look close, he has a little beard. Underneath him is Jesus in a boonie cap. Funny story on that one. We had a squad leader that absolutely hated boonie caps, so we were out in the field doing some training, getting ready for deployment, and we were asking if we could wear our boonie caps while we were deployed because we knew that he hated them. And he went on this big rampage of, no, nobody's going to have boonie caps, and if he catches anybody in it, it's just going to be bad for us. So what do? We all start talking about boonie caps and how much we love them and how we wish we could wear them. Why do we get issued them if he's not going to let us wear them? Blah, blah, blah. And so then I came up with the idea of, it was almost time for Christmas leave, and I said, well, when I go on Christmas leave, I'm going to go home and get a tattoo of Jesus in a boonie cap. Well, he thought I was just joking with him. He's like, whatever, you're not really going to do that. Well, I did. I got back, he called me an idiot, and that was it on it. This one here is a pistol shooting, and it has a little saying there in the banner. I don't know if it's showing up clear to you guys or not, but it says, I'm your Huckleberry. And it's actually a line from one of my favorite movies. It's Tombstone. Doc Holliday says it all the time. And I just really like the saying and everything, so that's why I got it. Moving on. Praying hands. Pretty basic tattoo, tons of people have it. I just turned 18. I skipped school on my 18th birthday and went and got a tattoo because I was 18 and I could. This one will save for later because it goes with the one on my other arm. Alright, starting with the other arm. It's basically like a southern, I guess, hunting, fishing half sleeve. It's got a Confederate flag in it. Up here you can't really see too well, but it's got little birds and stuff in it. It's pretty faded out. It's got a big deer, big 10-point, jumping over a little log here. He's got trees up beside him. You move around a little bit, and we have a bass jumping up out of the water. And then on the back side of it, a big old catfish, big old shovelhead. And then moving to the inside, I've got some deer tracks. Going further down my arm is, yes, this is Patrick from SpongeBob. When I first went in the Army, me and my brother, my younger brother, had the great idea of we were going to get SpongeBob and Patrick tattoos. While I was in basic training, he went and got his SpongeBob tattoo, and it's pretty much the same place that my Patrick tattoo is, except he went and put him in like some army camo and stuff like that. And then since I was in basic training, I obviously couldn't go get my tattoo. We got a tattoo gun, and one night I was sitting there and I'm like, well, that should be easy enough to draw. So I tattooed Patrick on my arm. It turned out absolutely horrible, and I went back to my guy who does them, and he redid it for me, and now it actually looks like a decent tattoo. So coming around, little International Harvester symbol there. Going further down, my last name in Old English letters, a little skull, ghost, and tombstone just as like a little filler. This one's actually a cover-up. Once again, we have the tattoo gun, and I thought it'd be a great idea to try to tattoo myself. And I don't even remember what it was that I had tattooed there, but it just looked awful. So once again, I went back to the same guy. He went ahead and did the cover-up for me, and it turned out really good. Coming here, I have a skull with a dagger going through it with a banner around it, and the banner says "Born to Lose." Everyone, whenever they see this tattoo, they always say, why did you put "Born to Lose"? Why would you not get "Born to Win"? The story behind that one is when my grandfather was in the Army, he went out and he got a tattoo, but his is on his upper arm up here, and his t-shirt will actually cover it. You might see like the bottom of the dagger sticking out or something. But that is why I got "Born to Lose." I'm not sure why he got "Born to Lose," but this is the exact same tattoo that he has on his arm, and that's why I have "Born to Lose." Come back around. Yes, I have a very tall, kind of fat minion. Story on that one, once again, had a tattoo gun. Thought it would be really easy to draw. So I'm sitting there at the kitchen table like this, and I'm drawing it on. And once I get it drawn on, I went ahead and thought it was a great idea to go ahead and take the tattoo gun and put it on my arm. And now I have a kind of messed up minion. A little bit lower, I have a hook, and around the hook it says "Fish On." Here in Ohio we have pay lakes, and basically you go there, you pay for 12 hours of fishing, and they have giant catfish in these lakes. Anything from channel cats to blue cats to shovelheads, and they do tournaments on the weekends, and whenever you got a fish on the line, you will holler "Fish On." That lets the people know that you're fighting a fish, getting it in, and once they hear you yell that, they bring their scales over and they weigh the fish, and then the biggest fish of the hour wins whatever jackpot is. It just depends on how many people are fishing and everything, and just it's a fun time. And I enjoy catfishing a lot, so that's why I had the fish on. Come around to this side. This one is really faded. Also another one that I done. I'll probably have it and my minion re-hit sometime in the future. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to have the time to go get tattoos or whatever, but this one is actually a Bible verse, and it says Revelations 6:8. And it's one of my favorite verses of the Bible, and it talks about basically when the world is ending and they look up and they see the man on the white horse and his death. Coming back around to the front, this one is so faded that you can barely see it because it is another tattoo that I did on myself, but it's just a little spider web on my wrist. I was doing it to basically add some filler to my arm, and the ink did not hold because I just really don't know how deep to set the needle and how much ink to use and all that stuff. We thought it was just fun to have a tattoo gun and just get tattoos whenever we wanted. So the big one that goes down my forearm on the back side here is the one that goes with this one. And when I'm standing up and I'm walking, they actually show behind me. And when you read left to right, it says Cowboy Tough. A lot of people, kind of make the joke, oh, what, you can't spell, because I spell tough Tuff. And that was for Tuff Heaterman, who, if you guys don't know, he's a retired bull rider, and now I think he's an announcer, but he was one of my idols, and I used to love to watch him ride. So that pretty much covers up my arms, and we're going to move on to other ones. So on my chest here is a silhouette of a bow hunter, and the reason I placed it here on my chest because when my arm is down, it looks like he's aiming at the deer that's on my arm. And he's going to kill a big 10-point buck. From there, let's see here. The very first tattoo I got when I was 15 years old, I convinced my dad to sign for it. It's on my calf, and it's a little Redskins logo. I'm a huge Redskins fan. That's why I got it. It was my first tattoo. I think it cost me like $85. It looks terrible. I really hate the way that it looks, but I won't get it retouched because it was my first tattoo and just memories, I guess. Moving to my other leg is a deer skull with arrows going through it, looking like crossbones. Everybody that knows me, or if you've watched my channel for long enough, everybody knows that I'm a very, very avid deer hunter. There's only one time that I haven't been to opening day of deer season in any place I lived, and that's when I was deployed, and I obviously could not go deer hunting. Then I have one more, well, two more actually, and they are located, one of them on the back of my neck, and it is the Bone Collector's emblem. Everyone that knows me knows I'm a very big Realtree fan. That's all I wear when I hunt. That's all I wear if I'm just out in public or whatever. I'm just a big Realtree person. And then the final one is a giant Reaper on my back. That one is actually a cover up as well. If you're able to see underneath his hood, the hood on his cloak, some tattoo shops run like a Friday the 13th special, and I had one on my back there, and it was the number 13, and it had some red scratches through it, and it was $13. So I hated that tattoo. It was stupid. I don't even know why I got it. Probably just because it was $13, but I ended up having it covered up. And then I just remember I do have one more. This is how often I see this one because I don't ever see my side at all. But it's just like a crazy looking cross. That was basically one where, I guess in the tattoo world they call pick it and stick it. I went in there, looked through the book. I just wanted a tattoo. Found that one and hadn't even put it on me. So the tattoos where, well, I guess where I go now to get all my tattoos is in Amanda, Ohio, and it's at a place called Lasting Impression Tattoos. I've been going to that guy for years now. Even when I was in the Army and stationed down in Kentucky, I would come back home and have him do my tattoos. He's the one that's done all of my cover-up work, and he's going to be the one that, until I either run out of space or he retires, he's going to be the one that will just keep filling my skin up, I guess. His name is Kevin Lind, and he's just an awesome artist. He's been tattooing, if I remember right, since he was like 10 years old. Really good friend of mine, and he just does really, really good work. This one here, he actually redid for me because when I was down in Tennessee, I had one of the guys that was in the Army do it for me because he said, oh yeah, I can do tattoos, I'm really good at them. And it ended up being a really bad tattoo. So I went back to him and he redid it for me. That's it for all my tattoos. And from there, I just want to go into, this is the official 1 month mark of after I shaved my beard off. So I've got really, really good growth for the month. It's actually getting pretty long now. Just, I do the same routine every day, every night. When I wake up, I'll wash my face off, go ahead and put the Beard Guy's beard serum on there. And then at nighttime, when I take a shower before I go to bed, get out, dry my face off, and reapply the serum again. It's really hard to tell how long it is right now. I'd say it's close to 3/8 of an inch long. Hopefully here before long, I'll have a nice, real long beard going again. I haven't decided how long I'm going to leave it untouched for. I do know the only thing that I'm going to do to it is trim my mustache off of my lip because it just drives me crazy. But as far as my entire beard, I'm just going to keep letting it grow. So you guys have a great night. Stay tuned for a 4th of July video. Today's the 1st, and my next video is going to get posted on the 4th, and it's one that you'll really want to make sure that you see. It'll be a good one. So you guys take care and have a good start to your guys' weekend.